Alrighty, Super Benny here. Today we're talking about like retro arcades. Yeah, just another sort of gaming sort of memories video, really. Yeah, when I was quite small, we used to go all the time to like a caravan park down into the south of England, um, and they had like lots of like children's entertainment, all that kind of stuff, water slides, loads of stuff for the kids, you know. Besides, you know, spending your Easter holidays by the beach and whatever. Um, but yeah, me and my brothers used to go. They used to have a supermarket, and at the side of like the sort of like little promenade, they had like a little supermarket, the swimming pool, and then they had like a laundrette, and then they had like a little arcade just for the kids. So yeah, it for me was actually super fond about it. The arcade itself was absolutely awesome, especially for myself and my brothers, like three boys. We absolutely loved going down there and loved playing in there. Um, Especially having like consoles, like thinking from like our generation in the early 90s. We had like Mega Drives and SNES, Ataris, all that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, seeing some of the games actually in the arcade, the graphics were so much better. I remember seeing Virtua Fighter, and even if you look back now, like the 3D polygons and all that kind of stuff, I think that was so amazing, especially from everything being so flat and sort of 2D, and that was like, oh, the future's here, the future's getting better. Because you had Street Fighter 2, that was always very iconic. That was like one of the first machines at the front when you came in. And I always just remember, like, you know, Ryu throwing the fireball and the guy punching him as well. Yeah, the music on there was great, and it was really cheap as well. So you could spend a lot of your pocket money. A lot of the games were like 20 pence or 10 pence, or I think maybe Daytona was like 50p because it was like a real graphic, spectacular thing. Same as like virtual racing as well. They had virtual racing. So yeah, they did have quite a few arcade machines in there. They had Street Fighter 2. These ones I can remember. I think they had like so Virtua Fighter 2. They had Street Fighter 2. They had Afterburner as well. The good thing with Afterburner, we learn after a long time, is like if you could reach in and jiggle the actual power out of the socket and just put it in and out, it would kind of reset the machine to give you free credit. So we used to spend a lot of time getting free games on Afterburner. So that was pretty sick. It was a huge round sort of console as well, huge arcade unit. Back then it was trying to be the more spectacular the better, to try and get you in and spend as much of your pocket money as you could. But that was like, yeah, almost like a giant circle over. You had like a little jock pit, like kind of like handle on there, so you did feel like you was a pilot going in. Pretty intense Afterburner. It was good for its day. And what else was there? Space Harrier. Space Harrier also had like a joystick as well. That was fantastic. That's one of my favourite arcade machines. And you can see it runs like far better than anything that did on your console. So yeah, a lot of awesome arcade machines I absolutely adored, and that's where I, you know, really fell in love with sort of the arcades and stuff back in the day. They also had Daytona as well, and many others in there. We used to spend hours and hours and hours and hours, and my brother would be begging me for extra games on Street Fighter and getting me to jump on there as well. But I always loved Space Harrier and that kind of thing. But yeah, I remember Daytona as you come in, the iconic music as you're coming in and playing that. So yeah, great times, great times. There is some kind of arcades. We did have an arcade close to where I live. So that was quite good. There was some little tournaments and that kind of stuff. I know now, showing my age and my sort of generation who grew up from the 90s, A lot of them, I think it's like N64, N something Cube 64 anyway. They have bars in Bristol and Cardiff if you are in the UK, and in London as well. So you can combine drinking with video games as well. There is I think it's the Arcade Club over at Bury near Manchester. Huge range of arcades as well. So yeah, there is places you still can go. It's like very like hard to find because a lot of these machines are really expensive and hard to fix as well if they do break over time. But yeah, another couple of little memories as well. The difference of sort of like arcades and stuff, like when I've gone travelling and stuff as well, because I always love like Japanese and Asian culture as well. So in Hong Kong, when I was over there, they had a lot of games that never came out or was like really early into the arcades. They would be over there. So they had like Virtua Tennis, I think it was Virtua Tennis 4 at the time. This is like this is 2006. They had Virtua Tennis 4. They had Metal Slug, I think it was Metal Slug 7 at the time, which is pretty good for that time. They had a Mario Kart. They had like dance machines and all sorts in there. They had, I remember playing on Street Fighter 3 as well. Playing on the Yin and Yang stage was pretty awesome. Playing on that as being in Hong Kong. A lot of the Sega City units are in there. So a lot of big scenes and people are playing the arcades over there. And in Japan too, Japan has actual big arcades scene as well. A lot more people will go to the arcades than have maybe sometimes the consoles at home as well. Some of the games as well, when I went into the video game lover to go and see like some of these arcades, some of the arcade machines are really intense. People are sat there, they've got their own USB sticks of the horses, and they're playing these horse racing games, smoking away, and playing, and in these arcades for like absolutely hours on ends, and I don't even know what's going on. They had like weird Gundam machines still as well. They had a lot. There was in Osaka. There was a few more retro kind of stuff. There is like the Street Fighter and the King of Fighters scene is still very popular, as well as some modern games. So yeah, it's a bit more. Some of the games are like super in depth. Like people get like super involved. And another thing I would say is I think maybe like over on the West as well, it's kind of dumbed down a bit. I would say, I think some of the games over there are super intense, super time consuming, super involved. So compared to over there, they go deep and really hard into like the arcade scene. So that was really interesting for me to see. That was a bit of a culture shock, and seeing how they go into these Gundam and like these horse races, like and different types of obsessive like dance machines and weird stuff as well. They're really focused on. So that was kind of interesting to see as well. That's like totally different how we play kind of quite leisurely. They play like very, very seriously. So that was pretty mad. So yeah, arcades. I absolutely love arcades. I wish they'd make a comeback over here, and people have more sort of arcades over here. I really miss it. But fond memories of the 90s. Fond memories, and going out there and support your local arcades as well. I did have a go at the pachinko. Do you know what pachinko is? It's like a Japanese game, and I was in Japan. Well, that's nearly coming up to about 10 years now, so I miss Japan. Japan was amazing. But yeah, me and my wife, we went to the pachinko machines, and I think we tried it in Beppu, and no idea what's going on. I think I believe I was playing an Evangelion pachinko, which was really good visually and all that kind of stuff, but you have to be prepared and have your tray ready for all like the little ball bearings and flying out everywhere. I remember when I first started, the ball bearings were flying all over the floor everywhere. Just madness. It's quite It's quite a bizarre game. And the more you balls you put in, it drops, and more videos come, and then you can oops, sorry, I'm getting too animated. And then you can add more balls, and then more cutscenes come, and then then you can get some like more rewards and prizes, and more balls you have, you can redeem them for like special like prizes. So you can get like, I think you had like a Meme Shiranu like pop noodle topper, or there's like Demon Slayer kind of little picture, like little toys, that kind of stuff. So, or figures if you do really well. So yeah, a bit bizarre, but yeah, it's a total different scene. But yeah, I miss the old arcades. Oh, great times, great memories. So yeah, if you like the video, comment, subscribe, loads more cool stuff on the channel. Pickups video is coming probably next week, I reckon. So yeah, looking forward to showing you what's in there. So yeah, take care.